let's talk Black Friday scams, because Target ought to be ashamed.
Target, you scammed me and I'm mad about it.
People have now realized that the deals that you guys are having are phony. People are realizing that you guys are marking up things before they go on sale. So then the sales price even ends up being higher than the actual price before Black Friday.
I don't see a lot of stuff in people's carts. I don't see TVs. The TVs are all full. The toy aisle is empty. The card aisle is empty. Sporting goods is empty.
This year's Black Friday looked nothing like the chaotic shopping event that we all grew up with. Instead of packed parking lots and lines wrapping around big box stores, Americans stayed home and the results were impossible to ignore. In cities across the country, retailers opened their doors to surprisingly sparse crowds. Some of them even looked like a regular Friday morning, but some of them were just empty.
So this should show you how much things have changed in just a short period of time. I woke up this morning, I get up early because of work and normally go to the gym. I had to go to Walmart to get some toiletries. Didn't occur to me that it was Black Friday. And then I realized there's nobody here. If I would have gone to Black Friday Walmart when I was a kid, man, this place would have been packed and people have been punching each other. But times have changed. Everything's done online now. People don't necessarily go to the stores. It's just a surreal moment for me because I didn't realize it was Black Friday today for some reason. And then until I was here. And if this would have happened 20 years ago, 15 years ago, oh, I'd have been miserable. Then there are wall-to-wall people punching each other over the newest freaking Teddy Ruxpin or something. But just surreal moment for me, realizing that times have changed. Things have gone by so fast. Have a great day. Be safe.
They said that there were actually people in the stores buying for Black Friday, so I'm gonna go in Walmart and take a look. I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm just gonna walk around, take a look and see. Yeah, I don't see a lot of Black Friday shopping. I don't see a lot of stuff in people's carts. I don't see TVs. The TVs are all full. The toy aisle is empty. The card aisle is empty. Sporting goods is empty. Let's see. There's a few people in the aisles. Like, there's some people down there. Wait. I don't know. I could walk around this whole store. I could roller skate around this store. DBs. It's like, there's some people way down there. There's like 4 people, 5, 6, 7. A lot of empty aisles. A lot of stocked shelves and full pallets of TVs and toys. I don't see a lot of people coming out of that store with anything.
I'm at Target now. This is Target parking lot on Black Friday morning. This is what it's looking like. Got a little bit of cars here, but if you got parking spaces on Black Friday morning, that is not Black Friday, right? But this is Target parking lot. I do see people coming out with packages, not that many, but are you guys boycotting today or are you guys shopping?
Walmart being empty during Black Friday does not surprise me. Best Buy being empty during Black Friday does not surprise me. All these stores being empty during Black Friday does not surprise me. And the only people that's at fault are these companies, because y'all have drove the prices up so high that consumerism can't keep up. And I never thought that we will ever see this day that consumerism wouldn't be able to keep up with the prices of things now. People have now realized that the deals that you guys are having are phony. People are realizing that you guys are marking up things before they go on sale. So then the sales price even ends up being higher than the actual price before Black Friday. And then y'all don't even have the courtesy to take the sticker off before the sale so that people wouldn't figure it out. People have also started shopping online a lot more, which even that market isn't doing too good because people are now realizing that y'all are even marking up those prices before y'all quote unquote put them on sale. So why are these stores empty? It's because they got too greedy. It's as simple as that. They have outgreeded consumerism, and that's saying a lot. You want people to shop at your store for Black Friday? Friday, bring the actual deals back. Make things actually 80% off. And the craziest thing about Black Friday this year is that I feel like Lowe's won. Lowe's, like out of all the stores, Lowe's. But let me know what you guys think.
The once legendary blockbuster deals, they barely made an appearance. Many shoppers who did show up said the discounts just didn't feel worth the trip. So where did everyone go? A lot of people went online, and a lot of people just can't afford to buy gifts this year. Now, Target specifically tried to pull shoppers back into physical stores with marketing and promotions. There was a swag bag they were trying to give out to crowds. Early in the morning, they had these gift bags if you were among the first on Black Friday, and some people waited in line for about 2 hours. Needless to say, people were disappointed.
We're watching the downfall of a major company all over a swag bag. Now this swag bag is nasty at work, because how dare y'all, Target, speaking to you, Target, how dare y'all make people wait until like 2:30? Like, they're showing up at 2:30. Y'all gonna have them wait outside in the freezing cold in some of these areas just for y'all to give them gummy clusters, some eyeliner, and a deck of Uno cards? That's diabolical, man, because I don't know how y'all can have this big bag. Like, so when they handed out the swag bags, I've seen videos, the workers just kind of, slide it over to them. And the person's like, oh my God, yes, I've been waiting. Before. And it ain't nothing in there, just a bag. Black Friday is cooked.
Let's talk Black Friday scams, because Target ought to be ashamed. Target's big Black Friday deal was them advertising that the first 100 people would get swag bag filled with goodies, only to have received this. The bag that you get for free from Target for filling out a baby registry has more stuff than this in. The deal was that 10 out of the 100 bags would have larger prizes in them, like a $100 gift card, the Ninja slushie machine, Beats headphones, things like that. But I think most people also thought that the goodie bags would be filled with things. At the very least, some coupons. Target's Black Friday began at 6 a.m., but majority of the stores only allowed people to line up 2 hours prior to that. And then once you got in line as one of those first 100, you got a ticket like this, and you had to wait another hour, take the ticket to customer service, and get a bag. I have seen many posts where people are saying that their Targets actually ran out of bags and didn't even have 100 bags to begin with. And I have seen some people say, well, Target didn't have to give people anything, but it's just like they advertised a goodie bag full of goodies. What are these stores doing? Majority of the population doesn't even participate in in-store Black Friday deals because the deals are crap. You can get the deals online like 3 days before it's even Black Friday, and majority of the stores have been caught marking up their prices to reduce them to the Black Friday sale price when that was the price to begin with. So let me know what you guys think about this. We're gonna expose some more Black Friday scams.
Target, you scammed me, and I'm mad about it. Okay, so I went on a rant. I didn't really give context in the beginning. Basically, I went for the Black Friday deal for the bag at Target, and it says in the terms and conditions that you can't show up until 2 hours prior to store opening. So my store opened at 6 a.m., so 4 a.m. would be 2 hours. So it's like 3:55 when I get there. I park. There's a ton of cars. There's people sleeping outside. And so in my mind, I'm like, either they're just gonna like get disqualified when like management shows up, or I read something wrong. Like I did something wrong. So I went and I double checked, and it was like, no, it says like you can't show up 2 hours. I'm like, all right, so let me just get in line and maybe management will honor that. It's 40 degrees outside. 40 degrees. I underestimated how cold it was. I'm in leggings and just a like sweater, and that's it, nothing else. 40 degrees outside. I'm freezing. I'm standing there just on my phone for 2 hours. Management team comes out at like 5:30, 5:40. They go to the front of the line. People are screaming, and then they go back inside. And I'm like, hopefully they didn't hand out the tickets, but like, I don't really know. So then we go in, and they gave the bags away to the people who didn't follow the terms and conditions, which is like, I don't want to be a Karen, but I stayed out there for 2 hours in 40-degree weather. So I go to guest relations, and basically I start talking to this one guy, and I'm like, hey, this is what it says. He immediately cuts me off. He's like, oh, that's for them. And I was like, okay. So then he calls the manager, I'm assuming the managers, Jordan and Shane were their names. And I'm like, hi, it says in the terms and conditions that you're not supposed to show up till like 2 hours before opening, but there's like people sleeping outside. And like, I got here like 5 to 10 minutes before 4 a.m. and there's already a whole line. And she pretty much was like, yeah, no, we don't have security to tell people to leave. I was like, but that doesn't even matter. Like, you could have just looked at the camera and saw the person that came at 4 a.m. and whatever. I was like, but like, it says in your terms and conditions, like, that's not really what it doesn't matter about the security. This is what it says. And she's like, yeah, sorry, we don't have security to tell people to leave. And I was like, so I just should have just showed up last night then. Why did you tell me online that I was going to show up at 4 a.m.? What's the problem? So I was like, so there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can give me or anything. And she's like, you can call like corporate. So I get the corporate number. So she gave me the number, they gave me the corporate number, and then as I'm walking away, there's another woman that's complaining too, and they're giving her a gift card. And she's like, oh, do you guys want a gift card too? I'm like, how much like would the gift card be? And she's like, $20 gift card. And I'm like, whatever, yeah. At this point, like, I'll take anything. I was out there for 2 hours. Like, I'm not leaving empty-handed. So yeah, I'll take the $20 gift. Also, I only went to Target to get this bag. And I figured, oh, if I can only line up at 4 a.m. and I go at 4 a.m., I have a pretty good chance of getting the bag. So then I call corporate. She's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Let me put you on hold. I'm like, this is a 30-minute phone call. I've only spoken to her for like 2 minutes. She comes back. She's like, all right, I wrote feedback. And I'm going to I'll let the store know. I was like, are you able to like give me like $10 gift card? Like $30 would be good. Like $20 nowadays. You can't buy anything with $20. Like, you know? And I was so confident I was going to win something. Like, I could have won Beats headphones. I could have won something. And like, I don't really know what was in the bag. I'm sure it wasn't. It was probably $10 or $20 value. But regardless, it's kind of like the principle of it. Like, don't tell people to show up at a certain time. And then when we do, it's like, sorry. I just wasted my time. I should have just went back to bed. I thought the manager was going to I thought the management team was going to do what they were supposed to do, honestly. Anyway, basically she said, I can't do anything for you. I'm not giving you anything, no coupon. I was like, can you give me a coupon? Maybe like a 10% off something? She's like, no coupon. Nothing. I'm just going to let the management team's going to know. They already knew. I spoke to them. They already know. Like, they're not going to care. They're just going to be like, whatever, and sign off and whatever. Anyway, regardless, Target, you scammed me, and I'm mad about it. I'm mad because I wasted 3 hours of my life. I wasted 3 hours of my life for you, Target. It's just a principle. It's not even about, I got $20, whatever, I'll take it. I'm done. I don't need anything else from Target. That's fine. But the principle of things, like, this makes me not want to do Black Friday shopping. I'm not going to do that next year. You think I'm going back to Target next year? Absolutely not.
Here are my thoughts on the Target swag bag debacle as somebody who's worked for both a big box retailer and a marketing agency. So here's how I think it went down. My gut is it was probably an agency partner that brought this idea. I could be wrong, but usually that's why some of these bigger companies will bring in agencies. They want like a creative spark, a thought of how to do things differently to reach their shared objective. So a lot of times an agency will work off of a consumer insight. So they might have had an insight like people miss the nostalgia of Black Friday shopping and showing up early at the store and getting this great deal or whatever. They probably had some little tidbit like that. And then from there came the idea for the campaign. And then of course, being a big corporation, it's going to go through a billion layers of approvals and get the green light eventually. So what happened after that is where I think things took a turn. So most likely after this idea was approved, it was going to be kind of given or handed over to the merchandisers. The merchandisers are, I worked with a lot of merchandisers in my past, and they're awesome. They work with the suppliers and they figure out like their marketing and display and SKU assortment approaches for like the whole year. So if you're a meat merchandiser, then you're going to work with Smithfields and do a big, 4th of July end cap and promotion or whatever. So they probably were the ones who then put a call out to the suppliers to say, hey, we're doing the swag bag. It's kind of like a sampling program. So these companies will have budgets for stuff like this throughout the year. You guys have all seen like sampling in store. So it's kind of like an elevated version of that. Most likely it's going to be brands who have, sorry, my kiddo's making a visit. Brands who might be launching like a new SKU, a new flavor. They have some marketing dollars to use up. whatever. You have to find the right fit for these types of programs. So the fact of the matter is, first of all, they picked this giant bag. Whoever made that decision was being optimistic. And then what it seems like to me is they only got these, 5 or 6 suppliers to give them product for the swag bag itself. I think there were some larger giveaways, but that's probably how we ended up here, because I've worked on some other programs where we've done like sampling bags or swag bags, and I mean, if you can get a lot of suppliers on board, you can make something pretty cool. And some of these bigger companies, they really will give you a lot of product. Like, they want their product in the hands of people to drive trial. It's a really most people like this, most suppliers like this, because you're just putting it right in the hands of the consumer. There's not as much question as to what's happening to like that inventory. But, people have reasons for not participating. Sometimes they have ROI targets, return on investment, like they need to know if they give you this value, they're going to get this value back. Maybe some people are out of marketing dollars. Maybe some people didn't want to partner with Target with everything that's going on with them. So I think it was a good idea. Obviously, it was tougher to execute maybe than they thought. I also think they didn't think through that final endpoint of like, what's the TikTok that's going to be created with this huge bag with 6 tiny products in it. You have to think through, like, with any campaign all the way to the end, what's the content going to look like that comes out of it? Because that is actually an asset for any campaign. It's just what content the users generate. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to produce it. You can pay to amplify it. You can leverage it. But unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for Target. So that's just my thoughts. Obviously, I do not work for Target or any agency that was involved in this campaign, but having worked on similar stuff, that's what I think happened.
Some consumers have also figured out that the deals for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they're not that great.
I have come across a Black Friday scam like no other in Michaels. I am an avid Michaels shopper and I know prices, and let me show you some crazy shit. I build winter villages, okay, with these houses, okay? I know the price. It is $6.49. I'll include a picture. Now, these are 50% off today, so I thought I was going to come in here and get it for $3.20. No, $12.99. It cost more today than it usually does.
Editing me bumping in here. What I meant is that it cost more on the Black Friday sale to buy it with the 50% off than it would to buy it on a regular day. Okay, we all hear about items being marked up on Black Friday. No, it was costing more to buy it with the 50% off than it would to buy it on a regular price the week before.
Let me show you something else. Anything that's on sale on Black Friday today has had the tag removed. Anything that's not on sale hasn't had it removed, so if it's only on these items that have had the tags removed. You ready for the most insane part? Price check? There used to be a price check here. Every single price check has been removed. I was here last week, they were here.
Also, every year they have at least a 40% off one regular price item, but usually it even includes sale items on Black Friday. They had no coupons. You couldn't use any coupons on anything because then you'd catch them in the freaking act of all this.
Many households are tightening their belts. Also, rising costs from groceries, healthcare, and everyday essentials are cutting into what people can spend for holiday shopping. Inflation, tariffs, and everything else made everything super expensive, but people are not making more money to be able to afford also Christmas gifts on top of everything else. So Black Friday doesn't feel like a special day anymore. It doesn't feel like it's something necessary, because it's not. It's not something that's necessary for us to survive. This is what most Americans are trying to do right now. And this year, a lot of people are boycotting Black Friday, Cyber Monday. More and more people are choosing to support small and local businesses instead of large corporations. It's redirecting their spending in a more intentional way. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. Did you purchase anything for Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.